welcome again to a live conversation on ALLATRA TV Africa. My name is Olga, and my host today is Jolene from Kenya. Hello, Jolene.
Hello, hi Olga. How are you doing?
Thanks, just great. And the CreativeSociety project is being implemented on the platform of ALLATRA International Public Movement. In these programs, we meet new people in order to learn more about them and about their vision of their creative society. The project in these programs, we use the theory of six handshakes, and this theory says that we are all connected through six or even fewer social connections. And in our broadcasts, we ask our guests to nominate another person, and that's why we continue the chain of handshakes and to meet new people. And our guest today is Judy Magu from Kenya, who was invited by my co-host Jolene.
Hello Judy, how are you? And Judy works in Kenya as a communication specialist. She's also the CEO for the media and project management consultant working in Kenya. Judy, would you kindly tell us a bit more about yourself and what you do?
Yeah. Hi, everybody, and I'm very glad to be part of this beautiful podcast. My name is Judy Magu, and I'm a media and project management professional, and also I am also a humanitarian with the Global Goodwill Ambassadors, where I'm the thematic leader for health and education. And beyond that, also I am the project manager and director for Mashinani RTV, which is an online broadcasting station, among other things that I do. Thank you.
Okay, Jambu, Judy, I remembered her to say hello in Kenya, and Jolene taught me in another broadcast. And please, also, can you tell our viewers what drives you in what you do? We know that you do really a lot of works and like volunteering work, and what inspires you in your work?
For me, it's looking at the issues that we've had in our communities, issues affecting women, issues affecting children. And when you are in a position where you have knowledge, you have information, you have experience, you want to share it with the people who have not had this kind of opportunities, so that we are able to make a better country, so that we're able to be a better individual, so that people are informed. Because not everyone has the opportunity to be taken to school by their parents. Not everyone has the opportunity to have the media platforms that I've had to be able to learn from, organizations like Media Eye, who had international experts coming in to train us. So I felt it would be good, because of what God has given me, that opportunity to share that info with the rest, so that we can make our nation, we can make our communities and our societies better than we found them.
Yes. Judy, thank you for that. I know that you're a media personality and enjoy doing things on media. So from your experience, can you tell us how can media be used for development, for the benefit of the people?
Media can be used in a lot ways for development of the people and even communities and even nations, continents, and even the world. One is through sharing of the information, because when you are in a position of a media, like for example, let me paint a scenario of the situations like here in Kenya. During the 90s, our airwaves were liberalized; they were open, and therefore we were able to broadcast now in different community and different languages and dialects. Olga, by the way, in Kenya we have about 42 tribes. And so you can imagine, when we had only broadcasts in English and Kiswahili, which is a national language, not everybody was able to understand or get information. But now when they open the airwaves, we have a lot of now stations that are even in vernacular language. We have even community radio stations. So for example, if you want to share information, say like for COVID-19, trying to sensitize people and bringing awareness about the disease and how to prevent yourself from contracting the disease, Now you can package the information from English to Swahili to Luo to Kalenjin to all the 42 tribes in Kenya. So when you look at it from that perspective, you see media is very, very powerful and instrumental in reaching out to those people. Let's say you want to share messages for like from maternal health. You're able to package even that lady who has never gone to school. So long as they have an access to a radio or a television set, they're able to listen. Even now, a handset, a basic handset, they're able to access that kind of information. It can be translated in different languages. It can be simplified to a language that the target groups can be able to understand. So media can be very, very instrumental to educate people on health matters, on governance issues, on social issues, on political issues. It is very instrumental. Like for example, if I don't know whether you had the 2000 elections that we had in Kenya, and there was a lot of fighting and there was a lot of violence. All these things were orchestrated in the media. But we are trying right now to come together as young people, as individuals who want to advocate for peace, to use now the platform to unite people, to educate people, to tell people violence is not the way, peace is the way. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for this insight. And like you said, such an important thing that media orchestrate things. It means that media not always aim to pass the truthful information to people. They want to manipulate this information. And it's not the situation only in Kenya. It's like all over the world that media become the instruments in hands of, it's often an instrument in hands of individuals or governments or some political parties. And that's how information is distorted. And from your perspective, like you work in this area, how can this be changed?
I think, first of all, we have to have personal responsibility. The main broadcasting houses that we have in whatever level, whether it's at the government level, whether it's at the community level, whether it's at an international level, let us be responsible. Let us respect lives. Let us respect the other person, the human being, so that when we know that, let us be responsible of the words that are coming out of our mouths, because words can build, words can destroy. So let us be careful of this tool and make sure that we use it to propagate peace and not propagate violence, not to propagate indifferences, not to propagate racism, not to propagate negative things. Let us use media for positive change. So let us be personally responsible as individuals, as broadcasting houses, as politicians, as pace setters in the community. Yes.
Judy, as earlier you had stated that Kenya had experienced a lot of violence and people are suffering and all that. So my question is, how do you envision the society where every person, your close ones, and every person in the world can live happily, safely, and comfortable?
I think, first of all, is promoting peace and also loving each other genuinely. So that if I relate to you, Jolene, as an individual or Olga, I'm not engaging with you because of what I can get from you. We need to avoid being selfish, so that when I embrace you as my sister Olga, as my sister Jolene, I want the best interest. I want us to bring our like-mindedness together so that we can promote what makes our nations, what makes our communities, our continents, and our world a better place. Yes.
Yeah, and thanks so much. It's really a pleasure to hear that from a person you meet from Kenya, and now you know that you have friends even there, like all over the world. And a question about the creative society is like really important, and like people around the world feel that we need to shift from the consumer format, because consumer format is what you said, that you expect something from people, but creative format is something you want to give to other people, you want to give to society. And to build such a society, we should be united by one common vision, by one idea. And this is the model of the creative society. It can be based on 8 foundations, and they're provided in the article foundations and stages for building the creative society. You can find this article on the website ALLATRAunites.com. You can find it in the description to this video. And now our technical support shows us the 8 foundations. They are all centered on the idea that human life is the most valuable, and humanity is one big family.
Yes.
And,
Judy?
Yes.
We would like you to choose one of the foundations from the screen, if you can say it.
Yeah, but maybe first we should look all the foundations like in full. We'll ask our technical support to show us each foundation in detail, and so Judy can choose.
All right.
Or you can choose right now if like you checked them and
actually,
yes. Yeah, so the first.
I really was particularly interested in the information, transparency, and just a moment. I can't see what is in the.
Yeah, then we'll ask our technical support to put the transparency on screen, and we'll read it out loud. Yeah, so the transparency and openness of information for all. Every human has the right to receive reliable information about the movement and distribution of public funds. Each human has access to information about the status of implementation of the society's decisions. The mass media belong exclusively to the society and reflect information truthfully, openly, and honestly. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. Please.
Yes, because for example, in one of the projects that we are doing with the Mashinani RTV, which was set up so that it can be able to target the informal and the rural communities, because you realize they do not have the access of information. They do not understand what are the projects that are currently going on with the government or with the private sector. They are not aware of the health, information regarding health or education or whatever aspect that that you will find that targets that kind of the society, or basically the society. So you will find that what we decided as Mashinani RTV was to focus on this. It aligns actually with this, with the transparency and flow of information. And so we decided that this CBO would target these people, would be able to share with them information. We tell them, for example, as young people, you do not have to wait for the government or somebody to come and give you support. How about stirring up the gift that is in you? Then we train you and capacity build you. We give you information. But what about entrepreneurship? Or for those who are in the creative arts, about creative arts. If it is a women, teaching them how to make soap and have sustainable income. Small groups coming together. In Kenya, we call them chama, coming together so that they are able to contribute and support one another. So those are the informations that we decided to come up as a group to use so that we are able to promote and improve the lives of our people and to improve their economic lives so they can have some sustainability, so they can be able to earn an income to support their families, and for the youth so they can have some income. Also, there are these young people who also want to get into politics. We are also giving them information on good governance and good leadership and good politics so that they can be able to shun away from bad politics. At the moment, Kenya is about to get into an electioneering year, and you can feel that the political temperatures are really beginning to warm up. Now, this is a good time for us as a CBO, as Mashinani RTV, for us to be able to start training our people. We are training them on good governance. We are training them, young people, stop getting involved in violence. Start now embracing responsible political decision processes of the nation. So information sharing at the moment, especially regarding what we're doing right now here in Kenya, is really critical.
Yeah, true. And like the situation with mass media is like critical all over the world, because information is not always used and delivered openly. And also we would like in this, all of the foundations are clearly very interconnected, and you cannot reach you cannot deliver the transparency of information without the other foundations. And there's also an interesting foundation which is the creative ideology. We would like our technical support to put it. Yes, and the creative ideology states that ideology should be aimed at popularizing the best human qualities and at the extinction of everything that is directed against a human. The main priority is a priority of humanness, high spiritual and moral aspirations of humanity, virtue, mutual respect, and strengthening of friendship, creating conditions for the development and education of a human with a capital H, cultivating moral values in each person and society, prohibition of propaganda of violence, condemnation, and denunciation of any form of division, aggression, and anti-humane manifestations. How is it connected to the work of media from your own perspective, Judy?
For example, as I said, because of the kind of an environment where we come from, where we have different ethnic tribes, you will find that some of the issues that are prevalent in our society here in Kenya, that culture and tribalism is one of the things that have been driving most of the messages that we get in the mainstream media, in the above or below the line media. And right now, as a group, we are telling people it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter where Jolene comes from. The most important thing is for us to be able to have one common goal, that is having a nation, a society that is peaceful, where the rights and the dignity of every human being is respected. And that is why we came together as a team. Like Jolene, for example, comes from the Kalenjin community. I come from the Kikuyu community. The members of my Mwashinani RTV, they are from the Luo community. Those are the three main communities that fight so much in Kenya. But right now, we are using these platforms to change the scenarios, to tell people, no, look, we're no longer interested in politics of division. And we're even telling our mainstream media and below the line media, whether it's a digital media or the social media, we're telling them we're not interested in division, in divisive politics. Right now, we just want a nation that has sustainable development. We want to see youth being able to work. We want to see the older persons in this country being given their rights to healthcare, their rights, to dignified burial, their rights to, every person, even the women and the children. We want to see a Kenya that is different, a nation that is different, an Africa that is different, and a world that is different. We don't want to be divided by politics. So we are telling our mainstream media, stop airing negative news. Stop dividing us on political grounds. Even the politicians, we are telling them, stop. We are tired. Even the youth are tired. Right now, they just want people who are full of action, people who are going to bring sustainability and development. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that ideology that we need to have one Kenya, one world, one idea, one with no division in it. And that is all about Creative Society. We are one people with no bias of race or any other thing. So my question is to you, Judy, coming back to the rule of 6 handshake, where we want to ask you, whom would you like to meet? Whom would you like us to meet at this live broadcast to talk about the Creative Society as we did today?
Wow, I have 1,000,001 people, but I would like you to meet a young lady. Her name is Kanana. She's one of the people that I've been mentoring in media, and she has been very instrumental in our global youth young change leaders forum, where she has been instrumental in sharing the messages, and also she has volunteered. She's done a really good work in in the media strategies and promoting the objectives of the training. So she's one person that I feel would be instrumental in this. And also I'd like to also introduce Evans Munga. He's one person who is very vocal in child trafficking issues and, you know, and violations of the rights of the children. And I think this is one person who I would like you to meet and get to listen to what they are doing as an organization and as an individual. Thank you very much. I hope it's okay to nominate two people. You asked for one.
Yes, yes, sure, for sure. It is awesome that you can nominate, because the idea of the project Creative Society is to reach to as many people as we can, and to tell people that we can be all united and we can live not only one country but the whole world, to live as one family. And talking again about the 8 foundations, Judy, what would be your message? How can you tell us the foundations can help us to build the world that would be safe, comfortable for everyone?
In a nutshell, I think what drives all of us is for being able to love everybody and being able to be peaceful and being able to care about everybody. And I believe those are the foundations of the 7 foundations that we are discussing as a creative society. If I love Jolene and if I love you, Olga, I will not harm you. I will not violate you. I will not misuse you. If I love you as an individual, then I would want to share every information that I have with you. I would want to share what I know to make each one of us a better person. If I am able to love you, I will not be able to violate your rights. I will not take what is rightfully yours. I'll be able to promote peace. I'll be able to ensure that me and you coexist in a society that is peaceful, in a society that is, you know, that everybody has a right to freedom, has a right to speak, right of speech, has the right to, you know, to like, for example, the older persons, they were complaining that their properties are always taken away. They have a right, they need that. If I care for this older person, I'll ensure that I speak for their rights, so that they're given their pension, so that they're given their medical, good health, and all this kind of stuff. Yes.
Thank you very much. And this is such an important message, and it's so nice to hear it. And it really proves that the 8 foundations can be effectively used to implement a real change to our society and to make humanity one big family. And we also would like to ask all of our viewers, if you would like to participate in one of our broadcasts, please feel free to contact us by our email. You'll find it below this video, info@allatraunites.com. Please write to us and join us.
And also please share the video in our social media with 2 hashtags, #CreativeSociety and #AlltraUnites.
Yes, and of course, if you would like to learn more about the project Creative Society, because there's much more information, you can visit the website ALLATRAUnites.com. And on the website, in the right corner, you'll find a button, Join. You can click on it, and there is just a small form you can fill. And if you would like to choose any form to participate. And thank you so much. We'll see you again.
Thank you.
See you next broadcast.
Thank you.
Yeah. We hope you see Judy again, and we'll meet many more people in our broadcasts. Thanks to all, and goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you.